time to abandon ship.
Oh no!
Here we go!
Can I persuade you to join us for a drink? It's a tradition.
Here, here.
Jar Jar, homie, my main man, quickly. Before the Separatists attack, get into the escape pod.
Hey! This is escape, then we're the pod.
Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Escape Pod. I'm your host, Josh, and we've got our co-host Kyle in the escape pod waiting for us. So we're going to get over there and chat with him. He is currently far off in another system, in another couple light speeds away, and we're going to be chatting to him about all things ALKY going on at the conventions lately. I myself personally took a stop on Batuu in a system not too far from here, so we're going to be chatting about experiences in Galaxy's Edge, California, and a few other things. Star Wars news and headlines, of course. Just a casual catch-up, just to keep the podcast going. Those of you who know, we're taking a bit of a hiatus recently, just for the month of August, but you know, it's nice to get things out. Just do a one-off here, and welcome back. This is Star Wars Escape Pod. Let's get into it.
Another happy landing.
All right, welcome back, Kyle.
Welcome, thank you. Hello there.
Hello there. That is the John Williams music you hear from Galaxy's Edge, the symphonic suite that he made for the Disney park.
I was going, this is epic. I'm loving the intro. And of course, it's John Williams.
Of course. Yeah, the one and only.
That's awesome.
So, we've got a few things to catch up on. I mean, we got the upcoming Star Wars Outlaws game. We have a new trailer from that. We've got a few Star Wars news and headlines to get through. We've got news on the ALKY front, multiple things, and my most recent trip to Black Spire Outpost on Batuu. So, let's start off with you, though. I mean, how have you guys been? You know, what's new? I guess we haven't had you on since, let's see, the end of the Acolyte.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the end of July, I guess. Something like that.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Well, we've been around, man. So we went to San Diego Comic-Con. That was absolutely epic. We're out here in Toronto right now. And I believe we were in Kelowna also for the Kelowna Comic-Con during that time.
Wow.
So we've been across the country and into other countries and all over the place.
Insane. So how goes whenever I picture you guys doing your thing, you know, I just picture like you know, we live in the Star Wars world, right? I mean, you guys are the black market lightsaber dealers that go around and so.
Hey, I do sell a lot to the 501st. So,
yeah. There you go. So what's
definitely some black market deals?
Yeah. What's new on the inventory? Because I heard last time you were telling me that you guys are selling lightsaber necklaces now.
That is correct. Okay, so we have 6 sabers out so far for our necklaces. We've got Star Killer 1, which has the open kyber crystal look to it. We have the Dark Saber, Darth Malgus, Darth Vader, Luke Episode 4, and we have Obi-Wan Kenobi. And we're coming out with more. Soon to come is going to be Darth Maul and the Ahsoka set.
Wow. That's fantastic.
And you know what? And for the price that it's at, it's literally $34.95 per one deal that we're doing. If you buy 3, you get 3 for free.
Wait, explain that again?
So if you buy 3, we'll give you another 3 for free. Because we had a girl come by today and she wanted to get earrings made out of them. And she's like, well, can I get, 2 of the same? And I'm like, actually, go for it. So she got 3 pairs of lightsaber earrings now. And she went over and she got the little thing and I just, she just put it together basically. And there she goes. Off she had with some earrings.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, got it. So if you have 6 total right now in the selection.
That is total, yeah.
Okay, so you can have the whole the whole selection for the cost of 3 then.
That's correct. And actually, we even lowered the cost just a little bit too. So instead of it being like 127 or 128, it's a flat 125, and you could have all 3 or all 6.
Amazing. All right, well that's great info.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
and now get this. So, no, what were we gonna ask? What do you got there, Josh?
Oh, so that would be mainly, I mean, people are tuning in from the Toronto area who are also going to Fan Expo over there. I mean, that's something to look out for.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, definitely. Come on by. We're at table 913 in the South building. So, yeah, definitely come on by. You'll see us. We got lightsabers swinging around. And we're close to where the 501st is, too. So the 501st are just in the foyer, just before you come into the hall. So you can go check those guys out first, and then come pop on in and check out some great sabers.
Amazing. Well, thank you. Yeah, that's great info. What else is new? I mean, any new hilts coming out recently? Any new updates on things?
We do actually have a really new set of fighting RGB. Now you can get it in pixelated if you'd like to, but we're keeping it in RGB for now. When we're coming to conventions, and it's actually the Deadpool and Wolverine pack. So we have a Deadpool lightsaber and a Wolverine lightsaber, and you can it comes with an SD card slot. So if you get like a Deadpool package, a sound package, you could put that in there and actually have like whatever Deadpool songs, sounds, and quotes that you'd like to have. And you could have that right inside your saber. Or you could have the one for Wolverine and do everything from Wolverine's side.
Oh, man. So you can have a lightsaber and turn it on and it starts doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be awesome. Yeah, you could actually do that. And now you could also have NSYNC.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Cool. So Toronto Fan Expo, who are you expecting to see there this weekend?
Okay, so get this. So now I've got some super awesome news. So I contacted Giancarlo Esposito's best friend, John, who every time I see him, we always give each other a hug, see how everybody's doing. We discuss Star Wars and fun events. And so I actually gave him a text there a few days ago because I realized Giancarlo is going to be here in Toronto too. So with, the connections that I have and everything like that, and Giancarlo being a client of ours, I asked, could I bring him a saber, and he signs the saber and we raffle it off. And if he's able to, could he come to our table and actually do the draw? So John is Giancarlo's friend. So there's John and Giancarlo.
Right.
So John wrote him and asked him, and Giancarlo is expecting us tomorrow to come up to his table. We're going to sign the thing and we're going to discuss how he can actually come down and do the draw.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
If you're the winner of this draw, you might actually get to come behind the table, get some photos with him and stuff, just like we did with Iman Estefari, Ezra Bridger from the Ahsoka show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so Giancarlo Esposito, he's supposed to be there. Any other Star Wars people?
Well, they have, I can never say her name properly, but they have both Ahsokas here. From the Clone Wars and the show.
Ashley Eckstein and Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, Rosario, that's it. Rosario Dawson.
Wow, they're both there, eh?
So they have the both of them. Now,
that's amazing.
I actually know Ashley from the very first convention that we ever done. She was like right across from us doing a signing, and every morning, I'd come in, she'd be sitting at her table, and I'd just go over and chat with her. And so I actually got to get to know her quite well. And so I'm going to pop over and say hello to her too and see how she's doing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. She signed a hat for me last time we saw her at a fan expo here in Vancouver. So that's really cool. It looks like Bryce Dallas Howard is also going to be there.
That was the one that was talking to her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So she's going to be here?
Yeah. So Bryce Dallas Howard's there. She's from Jurassic World, Spider-Man 3. She's the daughter of Ron Howard, who is the director of Solo. Bryce Dallas Howard has directed herself a number of episodes from The Mandalorian, and I think maybe one or two other Star Wars shows. So I mean, like, if anyone's looking to get stuff signed at Fan Expo Toronto, I mean, you got both iterations of Ahsoka there. So I mean, you could get both signatures on the same action figure. Now that would be worth something. And then
that
Bryce
would be
Dallas
worth
Howard.
something.
Yeah, or the same lightsaber, the same Ahsoka lightsaber. Dang, I mean, Emily Swallow's gonna be there. You know, your old pal, Emily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, she's gonna be here. We saw her down in San Diego. She was super busy. We just kind of waved and off we went. But that was kind of neat to see her down there. They also got Gina Canaro. I don't know if I'm saying her last name
Gina
correctly,
Carano.
but
yeah. She's gonna be.
So she's gonna be here.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. How about?
And so is Danny Trejo.
Danny
Trejo. Yeah. And everybody loves him. The Rancor Keeper.
The Rancor Keeper. That's right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure his name in Star Wars is also just Machete.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he just carries that everywhere he goes.
Yeah, Spy Kids. Machete. Yeah, wherever. It also looks like
there's another fun group that's going to be here.
Oh,
the
yeah?
Trailer Park Boys. I know that's not Star Wars, but they got all three of them here.
Oh dang! Well, that's awesome. I mean, not often you get the three in one sort of thing, right? That's cool.
Exactly right.
Looks like Tamura Morrison's going to be there as well. So bring your Boba helmets because he could get those signed, and wow. Yeah, that would be quite something.
I saw a guy get a Rex helmet signed by him.
Oh, no kidding. Okay. Well, that would be...
Yeah. I saw a guy get, it was one of the Black Series and he got it signed by him. I was like, that's pretty neat. Good, neat thing to do.
That is. I got that. I have that helmet and it is super sweet. I love the detail on it. It's fantastic. Hasbro outdid themselves with the Rex helmet, I must say. It's their best one yet, I think, other than the Mandalorian.
I'll give you it is super nice. Yeah, the guy showed it to me. I was really, really taken away with that. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And last but not least, Cameron Monaghan, the one and only Cal Kestis from Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, is also present this weekend.
Almost forgot to say that.
Yeah, on Saturday and Sunday.
Heck yes, he is.
That's right.
And if you grab a Cal Kestis lightsaber from us, what I'll do is I'll pull off the you know how it's got the longer points on the top part, almost like a holder for the blade.
Right.
So I'll pull one of those off for you, so you can actually have him sign that piece, and then you'll get that on your saber when after it's done being built.
Hey, that's awesome.
That'll be put on for you.
Yeah, that would be that would be quite something to do. That's all the celebrities that I can see. Those are all the Star Wars people. If I'm missing one, feel free to
No, I think we went through.
I think we went through all of them. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so that's going to be one exciting weekend. So this runs from I guess as of Thursday. So that was yesterday, right? Up until Sunday this weekend. So I mean, after tomorrow, you're halfway through and. How was the first day? What was the environment like?
Oh, the first day? Actually, okay, so there's about 4 or 5 other lightsaber companies that are actually here.
Oh, wow.
And one of them is directly across from us. Yeah. It's one of the weirdest setups I've ever seen. The first day, there wasn't that many people, but the people that are across from us are Extra Life Gaming. I really like the guy. His name's Colin. They host LGT. And they have actually some pretty good competitive pricing. So the guy's a nice guy. And they also have TVX there. They have a company from the United States called Legion Sabers. And then obviously CR Sabers and Saber X is also there. So the big Canada ones are there, plus the American Legion Sabers. Now, here's the funny thing. So we kind of went around and we did, we looked at everybody's stuff, obviously. Come on, we're all in competition together. Well, everybody has the same LGT stuff. It's just a variation of pricing. Yeah. So And then there's our stuff where we have, how many countless, suppliers and custom builders and everything. So all of ours are, quite exquisite. And now for what we brought with us, we've almost sold out of everything, and it's only the second day.
Wow.
So I'm a little worried about tomorrow and the next day. We're down to selling like the actual table samples now, like right off the table.
Dang.
So and I've been watching the other guys, and the other guys are struggling. So I don't think next year there's going to be as many lightsaber companies at the Toronto Expo. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I mean, maybe people won't have an option, right? When you guys sell out, they'll they'll have to go elsewhere. But
yeah, maybe.
But at least
well, here's the thing too.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, here's the thing too. So if we do sell out of one, and somebody in particularly wants that specific one, if we sell out and we're at a convention, if somebody wants that saber, I will ship that to them for free. I won't charge them the shipping because why? You could have got it while you were here.
Right.
We just sold out. That's our fault, not your fault. So we'll ship you out a saber for free.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's good. That's awesome. So you got your catalog at the ready.
Oh yeah. We have our battle designer and our replica, and now we've even got a new catalog that's now our simple edition catalog. So it's like taking some of the sabers like Darth Maul and just simplifying it so that we can sell it to people for a way more cost-effective price, and yet they still get an amazing saber. You know what I mean? So that's why we did that.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Awesome, man. So what's the next convention after Toronto? When Toronto ends, where are you guys off to next?
Ooh, okay. After Toronto is Edmonton.
Edmonton, okay.
And we'll be in Edmonton. Yep, the Edmonton Fan Expo, and that is the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd of September.
All right, so let's pull up the list here.
I was going to say literally the weekend right after that. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm just taking a look at the list for Edmonton celebrities. So, who are you expecting to see in Edmonton? Oh, Anthony Daniels is going to be there in Edmonton.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've met him before. He is really awesome. He's strictly business. He's a very strictly business person. I just walked up and I said, Mr. Daniels, thank you so much for being C-3PO, an amazing character in a movie that meant so much to me. And I just gave him a fist bump and I thanked him again, and he thanked me, and I just walked away.
Yeah.
You don't piss off a star that big.
Yeah. Iman Esfandi is also supposed to be there, as well as Emily Swallow and Diana Lee Inosanto. So, Morgan Elsbeth, the Armorer, and Ezra Bridger from Ahsoka, all supposed to be.
And get this, these are all clients of ours.
Yeah,
everybody you just mentioned is actually a client of ours.
All three of them. You need Anthony Daniels under your belt as well. You got to get him like a.
Ooh, here's
a C-3PO
here's the thing.
Chromed
he doesn't.
He doesn't.
I have a C-3PO lightsaber.
Oh wow!
But sorry, that's one of our new ones too. We got a gold one that looks like C-3PO.
Oh sweet.
But he doesn't want anything Star Wars. He doesn't want to be given this is from him himself. Like he just doesn't want to have all this stuff that's at his house. Right. He keeps a very simple house. If you do want to get him something, it's usually like, here's a photo, and he'll take that and keep that. But other things than like pieces of equipment or things he is very graceful and takes it, but he doesn't really want to be bringing stuff back to his house. He's like, I don't want to be on the airplane with this. Yeah. And it's not that he's being rude or mean or anything. Let's be real. How many people would give him something? You know what I mean? Yeah. Every single convention he's at, he'd be going home with boxes of stuff.
Oh yeah. No, that's fair. It makes sense. Yeah. I mean, he's a very proper kind of English guy, right? Like likes his simple.
He
living.
Really is.
Likes the simple living, no toys.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's understandable.
Yeah.
I
could see him living in a nice, modest house with the rolling hills behind him. Like that type of guy.
Yeah. No, it's I respect him. He is, I think, the one actor who plays his own character in every iteration. I don't think any other actor has taken over the role of C-3PO. Now, someone can call me out on that if that's not correct, but he voices C-3PO in basically everything. He did it in all the movies, all the spin-offs, all the shows, all the animated iterations, and wow. I don't think he's missed a single thing. Come to think of it, I believe he
Yeah,
also played
I don't know if he did or not, but I do believe he did play everything too.
Yeah, he was even C-3PO in the old Star Wars 1986 Droids animated series too. So I mean, you know, from that to Rebels to Bad Batch and Clone Wars, I mean, wherever he's shown up, he's always been C-3PO. And even if he's not been in the costume, he has still voiced the character, and also voiced him for Star Wars Star Tours at Disney parks. So, very, I think he's the one and only when it comes to that. You know, it's not always the case. Some roles have been recast for a younger actor, and then it's a shared role or whatever, right? I mean, like now Carrie Fisher's not the only person that's played Leia. Now it's now it's three actors on screen. We have the baby iteration in episode 3, and so it's like it gets to the point of, you know, being a shared responsibility. But Mr. Daniels, man, he is C-3PO, and I think he's got a book that he wrote about himself as the role, and you know, the book is literally called "I Am C-3PO," and it's impossible to disagree with that. Impossible to disagree with that. I mean, the guy is C-3PO. Like, so
he's been doing it for what, over 40 years? Yes, the guy is C-3PO.
Yeah. The guy needs an award or something. He needs a Guinness World Record. I mean, for holding a role that long, because we always hear the buzz of like, okay, who's got the record for the longest standing MCU thing? It goes back and forth between Hugh Jackman and Wesley Snipes, and it's just like it kind of shuffles around, and it will shuffle around as long as Robert Downey also kind of continues to come back, and Chris Evans and et cetera. But yeah, Anthony Daniels, I mean, you know, he's got double the lifespan in a role than all those guys. Like,
oh yeah.
It's quite
like when he started, he was literally a young man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like it's been his whole life, right? So I'm kind of the exception being the parodies and the on stage events, you know, like obviously there's things out there where he's not playing the role, but anything official Lucasfilm, you know, he's done it.
Oh yeah,
he's done it.
Yeah.
So after Edmonton, what do you got going on next after that?
After that's Regina. It's the Regina Entertainment Expo. Now this one is a little bit one of those Regina, from Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So they have 3 stars that are going to be there. They got Matt Ryan, and he does DC's John Constantine. They got Ethan. I can never say this guy's name either. Ethan Suplee. He's the guy from My Name is Earl.
Okay.
Earl's brother.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they got Jim Cummings, and Jim has done the voice of Winnie the Pooh, Darkwing Duck, Tigger, Ray, Ed the Hyena, Pete, and many, many more. So he's got over 600 credits in his voice.
So there is a Star Wars guy there, Jim Cummings. You can get all your Hondo Onaka action figures signed by Jim Cummings.
No way, he does Hondo?
He does Hondo. Yeah, Jim Cummings. He
wait, like Hondo from the Clone Wars?
Yep. Yeah, he's a Star Wars guy.
Why don't they have that in his freaking thing? Why don't they have that?
Yeah, I don't know.
They should have that in there.
They should, because even at Disney parks, I mean, Jim Cummings, he plays Hondo on the ride, you know, on the Rise the Resistance ride. He
really
voices the animatronic that they do for Hondo there. And so many other things. I mean, he's also
wow.
I think he's also done a few other voices, if I'm not mistaken, in the Clone Wars and the Rebels show. But I think Hondo is sort of his claim to fame. Smuggler, but Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. That's his thing. He also did Hondo Onaka and a Naboo guard in the Star Wars Forces of Destiny animated series. He plays the voice of an Imperial officer, Hondo, and Paleon in Star Wars Rebels. And man, like multiple.
You're blowing
things.
my mind.
Yeah, he is one of the Star Wars crowd. So
okay,
prepare yourself.
I gotta be 100% honest with you. I was like, there's nobody Star Wars that's gonna be in Regina. Thank you for opening my eyes on that one. I am definitely going to go say hello to this guy. That's awesome.
Yeah, the legendary Hondo Onaka. All right. So,
dude, and Hondo, I loved Hondo. Hondo was like the one dude that got a thumb up on freaking the dark side and the light side at the same time. Like, come on, man. And he got away with it.
Hondo is singularly one of the best characters that has ever come out of the animated shows. You know, he's 100%. He is such a great
I fully
creation.
agree.
Yeah, such a great creation.
100% on that one.
I've got a little clip here of when Hondo first met Grievous for the first time. So let's take a listen.
We're all in trouble!
General Grievous, I presume? What a surprise. Have a seat. What, may I ask, is the honor?
You can dispense with the pleasantries, pirate. This planet is now under separatist control.
And what do you suppose that means?
It means you have a new master, pirate scum.
Hondo Onaka, we meet again. As I recall the last time we met face to face, I was your prisoner, and you attempted to barter me off to the highest bidder.
But can you blame me? I mean a Sith Lord. What a handsome price you would get.
Silence! You are going to pay the price for your treachery.
All right, there we go. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That's from season, what is it? Season 5, I believe. So that was a long time ago. But yeah, very cool role, and he's carried that for a long time. That role as Hondo, legendary character. So
Yeah,
cool.
hands down.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we got Toronto, Edmonton, Regina. That's from now until the end of September. And then I guess all the conventions kind of start to die down a little bit until next year in the spring.
No, literally it goes the first, so the first one in September, the weekend after that's Regina, and literally the weekend after that is Kamloops.
Kamloops, okay. All right. So Kamloops, is that a fan expo or which one is that?
Kamloops all the way to October. This is called CamCon. It's a small one that somebody had reached out to us and asked if we wanted to go. And I said, you know what? It's close to Christmas. Let's do it.
Yeah, okay.
So
this is
then literally after that, we have Winnipeg. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. So no, I'm just looking up CamCon and it says one of the biggest RPG gaming and pop culture conventions in the interior. So it's a bit of a newer one, or is it like, you know, how long has it been running?
I don't think it's been gone. I think it's only been on for a couple of years, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
As I said, like it's brand new. The guy reached out to us and we were like, well, we're not doing anything that weekend. Sure. We'll come on down.
Awesome.
So, yeah. So we're going to go hit that guy's thing up. That's a 3-day event. That's
October 4th, 5th, and 6th, I think it looks like.
October 4th,
Hello
5th,
there.
and 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Gotcha.
And then after that, I got Winnipeg Comic Con.
Amazing.
And that one is October 25th, 6th, and 7th. So Winnipeg Comic Con, I actually don't know much about that one.
Okay.
Alex set that up.
All right, let's look up the list here. I like the wait, Winnipeg Comic Con. That's an actual Comic Con, or is that just sort of the? Wow, okay. I wonder if it's part of the actual like Comic Con kind of company. All right, guests. Let's see here. All guests. All right, we're looking at the guest of honor, Vincent D'Onofrio from Daredevil. Dennis Lawson from the original trilogy, who plays Wedge. He's gonna be there. Who reprised his role as Wedge Antilles in episode 9. Diana Lee Inosanto will be there as well. Alan Tudyk, the role of
they got him.
K2SO from Rogue One. He's going to be there. So let's see what else. I think that's all the Star Wars people. That's all the Star Wars guys. But
That's awesome.
hey,
No, they got Diana Lee. They got Diana Lee.
yeah,
going.
yeah, that's 3. So we got Wedge and Morgan Elsbeth and K2SO.
Oh, that's just awesome.
Very cool.
Oh, that's that. There we go. I love that. Yep. That. So we're definitely now. Look at that. That one's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So wow, good for you, Winnipeg. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thumbs up to Winnipeg on that one.
Scoring Wedge of. I mean, yeah, that's a good catch. And that's Ewan McGregor's uncle.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That is Ewan McGregor's uncle.
So if you need to pass
that might be
anything,
my to meet Ewan McGregor.
pass anything along to Wedge to get to Ewan.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And you know what I'll do is I'll have one of the sound fonts on it be like, Ewan, phone me. My number's this.
Yeah. Or maybe you can
turns it on. Give me a call, bro.
maybe you can play him this and tell him how much it sounds like his nephew.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you're listening to Star Wars Escape Pod. Don't forget to leave a review that would make even Master Yoda proud.
Probably sounds nothing like him.
Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome, man. That was pretty good. I like that.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Oh,
all right, cool.
but
So
no, and
go ahead.
the very last convention of the year is going to be in Newfoundland.
Oh yeah, back to
And
Newfoundland.
it's going to be in November.
November. Wow, that's gonna be cold.
One last shot. Oh, it's going to be mighty cold. I don't know if anybody in British Columbia or in the rest of Canada has ever been in Newfoundland for a winter. I used to live there when I was a kid.
Oh, geez.
It's you gotta be thick skinned to live there, man.
So this is a Newfoundland. Is that the Sci-Fi on the Rocks, or which one is this?
No, so this one is Avalon 13.
Avalon 13. Wow, they got
So-
such interesting names for their
Yeah, so-
conventions over there.
Yeah, they know, eh? So there was Avalon 12. So I've been to Newfoundland already twice this year. We're gonna go back for a third time. The first one was Sci-Fi on the Rock. The second one was Avalon 12, and now they're doing Avalon 13. And next year they'll do Avalon 14 and 15.
Wow. Okay.
They do 2 a year.
I'm looking at the Avalon 13 website, and it is like bare bones. There's no like guest area, nothing like that. So I'm assuming there's no guests going to that.
Well, now in last year's, they had what was it? Or sorry, not last year's, but in Avalon 12, they had the girl that did the voice of Caillou.
Oh, okay. Okay, so no Star Wars people.
So that was, it was kind of their thing, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that was their big one.
Okay.
Well, that was their only one. So yeah.
Well, hey, I mean that's something, right?
That's true. That's definitely true. It is something.
Yeah.
Well, something. Anyway,
Yeah.
Actually, I'm
Well, that's what you guys are there for. That's what you guys are there for. You bring the Star Wars love to those conventions that have none, right?
Oh, you know what? I love it when people come up and they thank us for being at the convention.
Yeah.
Like I really do love when that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is nice, to be that person to fill the void, to be the Star Wars representative at a place where no other is kind of bringing that territory. Is it's nice, it's nice to be that guy, right? So it's good for you guys. I'm glad you're hitting all the, you're the big supporting Canadian, Star Wars saber company out there. Literally hitting all the areas that no one else would, right? So that's great.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get up to the Yukon and to the territories next year. They have this little tiny one that's called the Penticon or something like that. Penticon, I believe is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's quite small, but at the same time, it's the only one they get up there.
Right.
Okay. And all they ever have are just local artists. Like I would go up there, and to be honest with you, I know I'm going to take it as a loss. Like, the flight up there, the hotels, food, how much food and everything up in this places are, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I know I'm going to take a loss, but at the same time, I'm going to bring something to that town that, let's be real. After I go there, the next Halloween is going to be Jedi after Sith after Sith,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
It's I would love to be able to bring up a little bit of some fun stuff like that and show people, like the Hayden saber, like Hayden Christensen and Spencer Wielding have both, held this, and it's in glass, and look, their fingerprints on it, and it's, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I love bringing that to people too.
Yeah. Man, you guys do good stuff.
Thank you. Now get this. We may actually have Bryn McCulley. She's the girl that was the voice of Caillou. She actually might be coming to our table to do signings for people. She did. She asked us, and she was like a little while ago. She's like, "Do you mind if I come to your table and sign stuff?" I'm like, "For sure. Well, come on down."
That's cool. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Oh, and as you were saying about the Canadian thing,
Yeah.
we actually have started. I have these little bags that are made almost like a purse, and they're $55. We don't make any money from this. These nice ladies from British Columbia, and their company is called the Frosty Pumpkin. And so they make original Star Wars bags and everything that they make is original. They won't. It's a one-off. They make one, that's it. So it's really, really neat stuff. So we have a lot of their purses on our thing, and all the money goes to them. We also have Roddy Creations, and this guy does leather holsters for us. So you can actually check out on our website. I believe we have a bunch of them up there. But we have left and right, and it's like a leather holster that holds a 1-inch diameter blade. And he does those up. That guy's actually from Alberta. And then we also have another guy, Travis, who owns Crazy Canadian. And he does big, huge, really nice leather over-the-shoulder carriers for your lightsaber.
Oh, wow.
And they're beautiful. So, and he does those. Yeah. So we now have a bunch of stuff that are coming out from Canadian people that are just trying to have some fun, make a side business, and just earn some extra money because everybody knows how hard it is out there nowadays. So I'm trying to help these guys too.
Amazing. Wow. That's awesome of you guys to do that. And, it adds a lot more to look at the booth too. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm really interested in that.
Oh yeah.
Shoulder leather. The leather holster thing. That's a pretty sweet idea. I've always liked that idea. Cause, was it in,
you know what? I will send you a picture.
Yeah, definitely.
Do I got a picture of it?
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Cause, I've always liked that idea as like a part of a costume thing, like a shoulder mount or something for the saber, right?
Okay.
That'd be super cool.
See, and this one here is like now we're going to be coming out with a bunch of different designs. This is just the first preliminary one, but we're actually going to have it where you can customize your own. So you're going to be able to pick between like a template of designs, like emblems or symbols from Star Wars, and then you could even have like your name put in Arabic on it. You know what I mean? So that you could have whatever you want put in Arabic on it. So that you could have like Star Wars writing. You know what it says, and nobody else is going to blood you know.
That's awesome. That is super sick.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, man. So we try to do a ton of cool stuff. That's super fun.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing all that. Okay, well, that's the rest of the year on the ALKY front. I know we got to do a few little projects with you, before the year is over, when things kind of calm down a little bit. But, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that still, and we're gonna hang out pretty soon as well. But yeah, that's great to catch up on all that stuff, and say hi to all those celebrities for me. You got the questions, the 20 questions that we made. So if you do get an opportunity to get like Giancarlo or Gina.
Actually, how about this? Give me what should I ask John? His name is actually Giancarlo.
Giancarlo.
Everybody calls him Giancarlo. Yep, but from himself, it's Giancarlo. Because right to his face, when very first time I ever met him, I'm like, Mr. Giancarlo, and he goes, it's Giancarlo, and I was like, I'm so sorry. So yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I shared with you the document that I had with like the 20 questions on there.
Oh, so yeah, but what's one specific for him?
Oh man.
What's one that you specifically want from him?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Actually, let's go over these questions. Hold on a second here. Okay, so I'll crack it open here.
Because what does he think is going to happen? Maybe. Look, we're getting into the cloning. There's going to be a movie coming out, so obviously he's going to be in the movie.
Well, maybe. I mean, like, is his character dead, or like, I mean, like who knows, right? Like, I
don't think his character's dead.
You don't think so, hey?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be that his Beskar saved him, I guess. Who knows? But
exactly.
Yeah. Right?
Come on, you got that freaking amazing suit and then you die. No, man. No. This is Gus, man. No.
So I would probably ask him. Let's see, because I've got that list in front of us right here. Let's see here.
Okay.
I gotta say, maybe if let's see, like which Star Wars movie is his favorite? What's the one thing he wished was different about it? Let's ask him that.
Okay, Alex, I'm gonna let Alex know too. So tomorrow we're gonna ask Giancarlo, what is his favorite Star Wars movie, and what is one thing that he'd like to actually see changed about it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good to go. We will ask him that. I will have a sound clip for you tomorrow from him.
Amazing. All right, thank you, sir. If you see anybody else, maybe just ask them the same questions to keep it simple, keep it easy. But yeah, I like that one a lot. It should
thank you. Yeah,
should drive some nice conversation. So
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, we got some Star Wars news and headlines to go over here, and then I'll just kind of talk about my most recent trip down to Batuu to Black Spire Outpost. But first up, I've been seeing headlines float around with confirmation that the Acolyte has indeed been canceled. And can the best of Star Wars survive the worst of its fans? That's an article from the Rolling Stones that came out more recently. And we of course did extensive reviews of the Acolyte as we watched it each week, and it was a bit of a roller coaster. We have access to for all our listeners to see our reviews on the podcast archive spreadsheet. There's a tab that you can click on called Pablo Points and Poodoos, and you can see what everyone gave in terms of scores per episode from beginning to end. And so Kyle, you had from beginning to the end, you had first episode you had a Bendu, second episode was a Bendu, third episode was 2 Poodoos, then fourth episode you had 1.5 points, and the fifth episode,
that was episode 5, or episode 4 and 5.
Fifth episode you had 2 Pablo points, and then going from there for 6, 7, and 8 you had Poodoo, and then 2 Poodoos for the finale.
Here's the thing. When it came to the finale, I actually liked the fact that, okay, there's more storyline coming. I just didn't like how they came out with how they were doing it. But dude, we got to see, Plagueis. So I'm like, this is really awesome. Finally, this is going to be a great show. And they cancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's interesting because the send-off was very, in a way it was complete, but it was also kind of a cliffhanger, because now it's like there's all these questions surrounding where these characters ended up, and of course they're dead by the point of the Phantom Menace, naturally, but more recently,
how did he meet Sidious?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, more recently, myself and Kirk and Bryce, we did a review for the old Star Wars Legends novel called Darth Plagueis. And this is a Legends novel, so it's not canon anymore. But the novel actually spans the events of time from about 150 to 120 years before the Phantom Menace, all the way up until overlapping the Phantom Menace. So this book takes place over 100 years worth of time. Any fans of the Acolyte will probably want to read Darth Plagueis, or anyone who's curious to know what would have happened may want to read the book just to kind of get an idea of the events of time that kind of took place in that time period, because there's really not a lot of canon material that happened within there. There is a book that recently came out called The Living Force, which is a prequel to The Phantom Menace. There's a few comic books that might take place in that time area, but there's really not a lot, in that last 100 years before the Phantom Menace movie. So I think a lot of us were really excited to see, what could have came from the Acolyte in terms of, okay, so the show had its ups and downs, but, it's like not to say that it couldn't get better. I mean, if you look at Halo, season 1 was like pretty iffy in terms of, how well it did, but they gave it another shot. And season 2 I thought was great. And then it got canceled, and that was really disheartening for me to see, because it is a financial, it's a very expensive show to make. And so I think they're trying to shop that around to see if it can keep going. But as far as the Acolyte goes, they could just spin that off into another show and change the focus, change the characters, allude to what happened. I would be happy, about that. But it's a question whether or not they're going to continue doing stuff in this era, in this High Republic era, which would be very unfortunate, because a lot of us do want to see things like Darth Plagueis come to life on the screen, and not in a 2-second clip, right? Like, we want to see him in action, and this is where the novel comes into play. So for anyone who's got that hunger, the 3 of us who read and reviewed it, and 2 out of the 3 of us read it for the second time now. So it's, and we all rated it 3 Pablo points. Like, this is single-handedly one of the best Star Wars stories ever ever made, and it's in a book. And it's also voiced by a very talented guy on an audiobook version. So if anyone wants to do the audiobook, he absolutely nails the voice of a young Sidious and Plagueis, as well as a young Jedi Dooku, all of which characters coexist together in this time space right before the Phantom Menace movie. So it is very, very interesting. And Plagueis has a master by the name of Tenebrous. You see kind of what happens to him, what happens after that with Plagueis going around on his own for a while, coming into contact with this young Palpatine guy, realizing the potential he has, his manufacturing of the grand plan to take over the galaxy, and then leading up to Sidious killing him in his sleep and taking over that plan after he's elected chancellor. So it was a very, very cool story. So definitely give that a go if anyone needs to get into that story space again. But I just wondering, question for you, Kyle. I mean, like, you weren't a fan of the Acolyte, but like, how would you like to see this story continued, if any?
Oh, okay. I would actually like to see it continue, but I would like it to, again, just like you said, I would like to see it move away from, Ocean and May and blah, 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 and all that. I get away from that. And let's just end that story kind of quickly. Let's figure out a way to end that quickly. And then let's watch some Plagueis. They started showing from a different point of view in the Star Wars universe. They always showed from the Jedi side, the good guy side. They always showed that point of view.
Yeah.
Well, in the Acolyte, they started showing it from another point of view. It may not have been dark side, but it was definitely from another point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have the potential to actually run with a dark side point of view.
Yeah.
They could actually run with Plagueis and give him the story that, dude, he deserves one.
Yeah.
Like, the people want one. Let's get one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
They had potential and they threw it out the window.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you say that because more recently, at least within the last year, some of the motivation or some of the intentions behind a lot of the marketing, a lot of the merchandise, a lot of the stuff that they've been doing lately has actually been geared for that perspective. People who are fans of like the dark side, the villains, all that stuff. They know they're out there. So you'll notice like a lot more of the recent Lego sets, a lot more of the just general things you can buy, like t-shirts and random stuff. There's this whole push for the villains, and it's pretty cool. Like, you can buy this really crazy Lego set right now called the Dark Falcon, and it comes with like a Darth Jar Jar minifigure and all these things. And I mean, it's something that I never thought I'd see Lego ever do, but because of this whole shift for the year, being pushing towards a lot more the dark side fans out there, it's neat to see them doing something different, right? So I'm looking forward to the new Lego special that they're going to launch on Disney Plus with, that features the Dark Falcon. It's this universe where the Lego Star Wars universe kind of gets all topsy-turvy, and you see all these kind of alternate depictions of things. So among other things, the Acolyte was also kind of stylized in that, perspective as well, looking sort of through the eyes of a more antagonistic character rather than, a hero. Right, and it sort of painted the heroes that we know and love as sort of a more villain in a villainous way, right? And maybe that disagreed with some people out there, but I mean, it was different, right? It was different and it was new, and something going down a path which I would like to see more of, but maybe executed a little better. So yeah,
agreed.
Yeah. But
no, here's something. So you're talking about Lego, eh?
Yeah.
They're giving away a Princess Leia Lego figure here at the Toronto Fan Expo, and I didn't see them do it at any of the other fan expos. Never heard of it happening, but they have a huge Lego setup here. That's a bunch of Star Wars stuff. Like they got an R2-D2, a Yoda, tons of stuff like that, and they're handing out Princess Leia figures. I don't know if it's an exclusive or not, but they only have however many of them.
Wow.
So if I can, I mean, I'll try and get you one.
Oh, amazing! That'd be awesome. Yeah, thanks, man. Make
okay. Because
score
I don't
one
know
for
Lego
yourself
very well,
at the very
but...
least. Score one for yourself at the very least.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know much about Lego, man. I'll give you that one. You know what I got in San Diego? I got a Hot Wheels Naboo, the Naboo cruiser, the ship that they take Padme around in Phantom Menace.
Right. Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
So I got that. It's an exclusive. I have it still in the actual cardboard box. I've only taken out, looked at it, right back in the cardboard box. But I haven't opened the box that it's in yet. And I was looking on eBay, and it's like, frick, it's like $100 and something now.
Yeah. Yeah, those things are
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm not selling that.
Yeah, the exclusives tend to go up and down. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. So yeah, here's some other Star Wars news and headlines. In music by John Williams, a new documentary chronicles the Maestro. The film, a comprehensive look at the prolific life and career of the Star Wars composer, will premiere in theaters and on Disney Plus later this year. So, you know, it's by the American Film Institution announced that this is happening with partners at Lucasfilm and Amblin. The documentary's gonna happen later this year, and it's gonna be cool to see. You know, like, this guy has lived a long time. He has an astounding 54 Oscar nominations and 5 wins. I mean, who gets 54 Oscar nominations? You know, like, that's insane.
Okay. Let's just rewind here just for 1 second. Did you say Maestro?
Yeah, Maestro. Yeah.
Maestro. Okay, because I was like, is this like a new Star Wars thing for a guy that does the music? I'm like, I've never heard that one.
Yeah, corner of my glossing it over.
No, but that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's
no, but he's a brilliant man. Like, his music is
definitely.
Dude, best thing ever was when they did the Family Guy episode of Star Wars, and then they're like, John Williams is doing his thing, and it was one of the hardest shots to draw, and then Luke leaves and goes and meets up with Obi-Wan, and then he comes back because obviously, his family got burnt up because they were looking for him.
Yep.
But then when he comes back, he's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" Aunt Beru. And then he looks over and he's like, "John Williams." Oh, great. Now we got to do the rest of this with Danny Elfman.
Oh man, what a slam on Danny
I love
Elfman.
that part. I know.
So good. Yeah,
Danny Elfman's good too. Let's not say anything bad about Danny Elfman.
Yeah,
but
Danny Elfman,
that was funny.
Danny Elfman does some good stuff. Yeah, he did the old Batman theme. He did the Spider-Man soundtracks,
That's right.
The Raimi Spider-Mans. So yeah, he's got some good work.
Yeah,
but
but he still ain't no John Williams.
He's nobody's John Williams. Yeah, that's for sure. John Williams is the man. There are songs and songs and stories about the guy. So yeah, he's thankfully still around, and hopefully we get to see him at least do maybe something more. That's always the hope, right? That the guy's gonna work until he's gone on Star Wars stuff. But yeah. So Skeleton Crew has a premiere date. That is the new Star Wars show that comes out on Disney Plus soon. It premieres on December 3rd, 2024. And I don't believe that we've actually listened to the trailer since we took a little break from doing the podcast. So
why don't we take a little listen now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple. Be careful where you step. We're lost. Really lost.
'Tis dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
You're a Jedi.
right, so a skeleton crew tells the story of 4 kids searching for their home planet after getting lost in the Star Wars galaxy and the strange aliens and dangerous places they encounter on their adventure. This is rated PG, coming of age science fiction. It's sort of a one-of-a-kind show that's never been done before within the genre of Star Wars stuff.
Can we give some Pablo points of Batuu?
Yeah, we
like
certainly
that's a
can.
2.5 on that.
Oh yeah, you're really into that stuff,
man,
hey? Like,
dude, that trailer sounded awesome.
It's pretty sweet. I mean, Jude Law whips off the hood at the end, and the kids think he's a Jedi, and I don't know if that's going to be a misdirect or what, but we do see him use the Force, so I mean, he could be perhaps, you know, maybe I'm going to throw a theory out there right now.
Like a Force user?
I think he was probably like a youngling or something. When the purge happened, he got away, you know, somehow maintained his skills. I don't think he's like a Jedi master. I don't think he's a Padawan or a knight or anything. I think this guy has just kind of maintained.
He's just a good Force user.
He's just a good Force user. He's kind of upkept his skills. I think the purge happened when he was very, very young, and so he can relate to the characters that are with him on this adventure. It is a coming of age. It's like the stylized, like the old Amblin, like the Goonies, the E.T. movie.
Oh,
you know, it's very stylized like that.
Oh,
in
the
terms
potential.
The
potential. Okay,
yes, the potential.
Okay, I'm excited for this.
Yeah, so very, very cool, and it takes place in the New Republic era. So that is around the same time period that all our other new shows are taking place, like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Book of Boba, etc.
Nice.
So yeah, it'll be kind of stuffed in there somewhere. And yeah, there is a Lego set that you can already buy right now, which is
good Lord.
The main ship that they that they come on. And I did see it at the Lego store. But funnily enough, it doesn't have the Skeleton Crew badge on the box, but the main ship.
Do you want to know why?
Don't know why.
Because Lego made it first, and then they told Disney, "You're building this."
Yeah,
that's why.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if that's just like how it worked these days. But yeah, the ship is called the Onyx Cinder, and it is a really cool looking ship. You do get 5 minifigures with it, including Jude Law's character and the 4 other characters that come with. So that's pretty cool. And I'm just trying to find the piece count here. It said
Jude Law as a Jedi.
Yeah,
I'm still wrapping my head on that one.
I know, right? Like, what a great idea. Now he plays Dumbledore and a Jedi.
Yeah.
So that's
this guy's got it. Yeah, this guy's got it all.
Oh yeah. His character's name is Jod, and we have other characters on the crew: Wim, Fern, KB, and Neil. Neil is.
I swear to God, the writer for that was literally looking around the room and going, "Okay, Wind, Keel. Oh, Kale. Oh, there you go."
Yeah. So it's pretty neat. I mean, you know, the figures all have like little flashlights that they're carrying, and you know, it's very, very you know, stylized like an ET kind of ET in Star Wars. I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw ET show up in there, because I mean, hey, ET's in the Phantom Menace, right? So.
Yes, he is part of the universe, so
exactly
he could show up.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's let Steven come in and just direct ET around. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But yeah, they got their little Star Wars. Awesome. They got their Star Wars bicycles. You know, there's some screenshots on StarWars.com, and man, it like, it gives me I don't know, like, I mean, I'm not, it's designed for younger viewers, right? So we can't be too hard on, you know, have it not be, it's like, why is it not a super dark show or whatever? Like,
if it doesn't appease my adult mind, no, then it's getting Batuu points, man. No. If it doesn't, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So we'll definitely,
this will be a good one I can sit down and watch with my kids.
Yeah.
This is a great one to just sit down with the kids. Like, this is a good one to maybe help bring the kids a little more into it. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
I really am. I'm looking forward to this. I am looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it should be a fun one to do. Yeah. So.
The Acolyte, I got to be 100% out with you. Even the Acolyte, as soon as I saw the very first trailer for that, I was like, I'm not into this.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
like
fair.
Even seeing the trailer for it. Yeah.
Well, that's another headline for you. I got one more. The German Navy blasted out the Darth Vader theme on.
I saw this.
Did you see this? London.
I saw this. Yeah.
Londoners spotted the ship on the River Thames near the Tower Bridge, playing the iconic Imperial March theme from the Star Wars trilogies, otherwise recognizable as Darth Vader's music. But it wasn't coming from a galaxy far, far away. It was a German Navy ship in London for training and a supply stop. A spokesperson from the German Navy told the BBC that the music had no deeper message and that the commander can choose the music freely. So I got the video here. And I think it's kind of hilarious that they did.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah. it's quite loud. Like if you do listen to it, it's quite loud. Like there's someone taking a video on the coastline, and it's quite something. So that is the last headline that I got there. But
I thought you were gonna play it, but it was one of the funniest things I ever saw. Because he even made all of his people actually stand on deck while they were playing that going down the river. Like, come on. There's no deeper meaning. Oh, come on. That's the meaning. You know what you did, sir. You know what you did.
Yeah. He must be a big fan.
Yeah.
So.
I hope that's what it is.
Oh boy. I actually we do have one more thing to go over before I talk about my recent trip to Batuu. Outlaws released a new trailer for the game, which launches at the end of the month.
I saw that.
Yeah. So I figured we'd just take a quick listen to this and just kind of speculate on what's going to happen in the story and just our thoughts on it and stuff like that. So let's take a quick listen.
Kay Vess, the underworld's favorite new scoundrel. This is your one shot. A safe filled with 157 million credits. And I can get you inside.
Get in. How about getting out? This job, it's a death wish.
Your lives are over. Your family, friends, gone. There's nowhere in the galaxy you can hide.
You want to live? Get in with the underworld's most dangerous syndicates. And pull off the greatest heist the Outer Rim has ever seen.
I'm in.
Available August 30th, and you can play 3 days early if you get the premium deluxe edition, but forget that because it's way more expensive. But yeah. But yeah, it looks really cool. So what are your thoughts on this new game coming up?
I can't wait to play it. That's the biggest thought I got on this. I cannot wait to play it. It looks amazing. This is going to be an absolutely fun game. And it's set aside from, just the regular Star Wars where it's dark side, lightsabers, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This is going to be a cool one in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a game that takes place between episode 5 and 6, which is a very interesting little niche of time, which lasts about a year. And, we see the return of Kira, who is a character that we got to know from Solo, A Star Wars Story, and really didn't see on screen again after that. But we did see her show up in a few different comic books, and her story was more or less resolved towards the idea that she went off and, did more Crimson Dawn stuff. And she shows up as kind of the head of Crimson Dawn at this point, because at this point now, post episode 5, Darth Maul is long gone. He died in Star Wars Rebels and at the hands of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and she's kind of running the show when it comes to that crime syndicate. So it's cool to see her character back, and she's not going to be played by what's her name, but it's going to be cool to see her character back, right? So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. I think what I'm most looking forward to, though, is the fact that we do get a Star Wars game this year. It's nice to do one. Like, we've been really lucky, right? Like, we've been really lucky with Survivor coming out. Was that last year? Was that last year?
No, that was like
2020.
I think it was 2 years ago now.
But no,
that was last year,
April 28th, 2023. That's when Jedi Survivor came out. And then Fallen Order was
that was a while back.
That was a while back. That one was 2019. So, you know, we had to wait a few years for the follow-up there. But yeah, between Survivor coming out last year and Outlaws coming out this year, I mean, these are all very high-quality games. You know, they're not like, it's not like we're getting Star Wars Squadrons and Battlefront 2 campaign, which that campaign was, the campaigns were fine, but the actual like length of the game was you know, awfully like short, and you know, we're getting these really nice kind of campaigns with rich story and fantastic big environments to explore, and you know, it's like if only we could get one like this like every year, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be
freaking wicked.
Yeah. The next one after this, which it also is a Lucasfilm property, but not Star Wars. However, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming out from Bethesda. So any fans of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, you know, that's going to be coming out next. I think.
Really?
Yeah. Is it this year or next year? No, I think it's this year actually. Come to think of it, I think it's like later this year in the fall. But
I would love to play an Indiana Jones game.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know,
especially with the what we have now, because I think they came out with an Indiana Jones game way back in the day for Nintendo, for the NES, but it was either for Nintendo or for the Atari. That's how old I am, everybody. Yes.
There's actually been a lot of Indiana Jones games, like quite a few. They've just kind of, most of them have flown under the radar quite a bit. But yeah, there's a long history of video games under that IP. Yeah. So this one, hopefully, I think is the first like Disney like Indiana Jones canon story. So it's gonna be a cool big deal, you know, to play as Indy in this new canon era of Indiana Jones. So. All right. Let's transition over to Batuu conversation, and I'll just fill you in on my latest trip. All right. So, Kyle, have you been to Black Spire Outpost?
No, I have not. Not yet.
Okay. All right. Well, you got to make a trip down there.
I can't wait to get there.
Yeah. You got to make a trip down there at some point. But more recently, we did go, and I only brought one souvenir back from the park, at least from that, you know, from that part of the park. I got a hat from elsewhere, but it wasn't Star Wars related. But I did buy the Black Spire. It's called the Spira. It's a special gift card that you can buy at Galaxy's Edge Black Spire Outpost. It's a Disney gift card, but it's called the Batuu Spira. And how it works is, if you're committed to spending at the very least of $100 within the park, that's food, souvenirs, anything like that. Just go right to Galaxy's Edge, like right when you get to the park, just go right there and don't spend any money until you get to the park, and go into Doc Ondar's, which is the souvenir shop at Galaxy's Edge, one of the souvenir shops, and go to the counter and ask for the Batuu Spira gift card. And it's $105, and it weighs a lot. It's like metal and everything. There's gift card barcode on the back, and you pay $105. So it's $5 for the actual coin, but it's $100 that you put on the coin as in the form of a gift card that you can then spend around the park, right? So if you're committed to being there long enough that you're going to spend $100 in the park anyways, just make sure you get this card to do it, because you otherwise can't get it. So it makes it a very unique and somewhat semi-rare, collectible to have, I guess, because someone would only get it if they're paying $105 for it, right? So, but I mean, it's a gift card, so you can spend that $100 anyways, and then you only pay $5 for the coin anyways. But I've got it, and that's my one and only souvenir from the Black Spire Outpost. But I thought it was kind of cool.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why? So what did you spend your $100 on then? Food?
Oh yeah, it was like random, it was like, yeah. I mean, I was with 3 others, so naturally, like we, it was with the family and you know it. Yeah. So bought a gift for one of them who was a family member who was their birthday was coming up, and then a little something for a friend of mine who I said I would pay him back for something, like he helped me out with some passes, you know, getting down to Disney, and I was like, okay, well I'll pick you something up. So I got that and burned through all the $100 that I put on the card. So it was very easy to get through. And but I ended up with getting the Batuu Inspire. But that's my one and only souvenir from the Star Wars area. I surprisingly did not see a whole lot that I wanted. And, one of the big selling features when you go to Black Spire Outpost, I guess, like in terms of souvenirs and stuff, for me at least, was these really awesome Jedi costumes that you can get. There's like these other little knickknacks and stuff like that. And you can get Christmas ornaments and keychains and, puppets and like plushies but as far as like the really high quality stuff, it's basically boils down to like 3 different categories of item. One of them being costumes, which none of them had my size, so I couldn't get the Jedi costume that I kind of wanted.
Well, you're really tall, bro.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, they didn't have my size for the belt and the tunic, but they did have the robe, and then I just backed out because I was like, I mean, if they don't have the tunic and the belt, it's like it looks kind of silly just to wear the robe, right? But yeah. And then the other big thing that they have there is kyber crystals and holocrons. So they've got a new updated version of their Sith holocron there. You can buy kyber crystals that interact with the holocron, so you can put the crystal inside a holocron, and it says little quotes and does little things, and it just wasn't really for me. You can build droids there, the little astromech droids. I never really do that though. I didn't really do that. I've never done it, but it's not really my thing to do. It's like Star Wars' version of Build-A-Bear. And then you got the lightsaber section, which of course I don't want to buy a lightsaber at Disney parks. I mean, that's we've already gone over that, right? Like,
I was like, you got me as a friend, bro. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So
just so you know, a guy just walked by me with a Disney lightsaber.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just as I say that. Yeah.
All I had to do is look at it, and I'm like, Disney.
Yeah. All you have to do is look at it, and it's like you just see the width and the size of it and everything. It's just like you can totally tell when it's from Disney parks. But that being said, they do have some nice, like they have a nice selection of hilts now. I walked in there, and they've got like around 40 or more just like right there in the display cabinets, and it's pretty much any character that you can think of, they probably have it. But so that's the cool thing about it, is that you can see all these cool replicas. For people who are very casual fans and don't remember what these sabers look like, it's great to kind of look through the case and stuff, but I don't recommend buying any of them. It's just nice to look at. But yeah, I mean, it was cool to be there, and very cool to ride the Rise of the Resistance ride again, and do the Smuggler's Run, the Falcon simulator, and Star Tours has been...
the Falcon simulator.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so the Falcon simulator. Did you get stuck as the engineer?
No, actually, this time I was a shooter and a pilot. So
okay, you had a way better time then.
Yeah, I had a better time than other people do. But I do recommend people shooting. If you're a shooter, you have 2 options. You can either do auto or you can do manual. So you have 3 buttons to kind of click as manual. It's up, middle, and down as far as like your targeting goes. But if it's auto, you just mash 1 button constantly, and it just kind of gets all the kills for you. So I do recommend, if you're if you're not just like a mind dumbing kind of button presser and you want to try and have some level of interaction there, go for the manual option. It asks you right before the ride starts, like on the display. So make sure you choose the manual option. I find that's more fun, but you do get less kills. So that was cool. And the Star Tours ride, we did do that a whole time of, I think we
what's that one?
Once. Star Tours has been there a long time. Star Tours is like a simulator that you go into. It's been there since like the 80s, I believe. It's been one of Disney Parks' most popular Star Wars rides long before the IP was sold to Disney. And you get on the ship, which is like a tourist Star Wars shuttle that's going to take you to a place. And in the story, how it goes is you are kind of sucked into a battle, which the old version you were at sucked into the Death Star battle, and your pilot, which was named RX-24, or otherwise known as Rex, was kind of this kooky, crazy droid pilot that eventually now has been decommissioned. And in the updated version of Star Tours, after the prequels came out, they updated Star Tours. They decommissioned Rex to he's like a prop somewhere else in the ride, and C-3PO became the pilot of the ride. And since then, they've been updating the ride ever since. Every time they do a new Star Wars story, they put in a new section that you can possibly get. But every time you ride the ride, it's always different because you always get 3 different locations. And the newest update, which they always finish off on, at least for these days, they're using it a lot, is the Ahsoka update. So anyone who wants to do Star Tours and see Ahsoka show up in the ride, played by Rosario Dawson, as well as see Purgle and all this stuff, very, very cool section of Star Tours to explore. So that was really nice to see. And I highly recommend it. If anyone hasn't seen it's like almost 30 minutes. It's a small documentary called Behind the Attraction. It's on Disney Plus, and episode 1 is about Star Tours. You should definitely watch it because it talks about Star Tours from the beginning, the conception of the ride, the partnership with George Lucas, and goes through the process of updating the ride as the years went by, how they made the ride, what it took to get that technology into the park. And then from there, they also talk about the conception of Galaxy's Edge and how that technology sort of worked its way into Galaxy's Edge rides as time's gone by, and how the current rides in Galaxy's Edge are the culmination of all this Disney Imagineering over the last 40 years. So it's a very cool 30-minute documentary that's very informative, and I think it's very, very interesting. So I've seen it more than once, but yeah.
I'll have to watch that tonight then.
Definitely. Let me know what your thoughts are. I think it's such a cool piece of history that they've captured in a bottle kind of thing. And
I just like behind the scenes stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely give it a go. Behind the Attraction.
Behind the Attraction.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is it. That is everything. And I gotta say, it was a 2-day turnaround. We brought nothing but hand luggage, and so yeah. Other than my little coin and my baseball hat, I pretty much ended up with getting absolutely nothing. There was no space for any more souvenirs anyway. But yeah, next time I go back, I'm hoping that they have a lot more in stock and just different things there. And but it was
what we should do? You know what we should do next year?
Yeah,
we should try and get down there. Now, I don't know if I'll be working or not, but if we have the weekend off, we should actually try and get down there, all of us, and go for that Star Wars night where everybody brings their lightsabers and there's 1,000 of them. We should go.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. We should join that lightsaber meetup. Yeah.
Because next year, Alex and I, we're not going to go to San Diego. We want to do something different. So I'm thinking, how about we do, Disneyland?
Yeah. Disneyland would be an amazing location, and I definitely consider joining you guys on that. That sounds like a good time.
Oh heck yeah, that'd be wicked. Now I heard one thing though. I heard you're not allowed to dress up and go there. You cannot go in cosplay.
Well, you can, but I think they're really picky on how you do it. If you go as a costume, your really amazing Balin Skull costume, they might not like that very much. But if you go as a Jedi, just using the tunics that you can get from the park, then they're okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad then. All right, because I was thinking, they just won't let you wear anything there.
Right. No, they do kind of have a loose policy, but it's question. Yeah, you can get away with it, but you can also probably be talked to about it. So it really depends. I would maybe look at the costume policy, dressing up in the park just before you go, just to be safe, but. They shouldn't have a problem with the lightsabers though, because if it looks like one that they sell, the people at the front gate aren't really going to care. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad then.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all we got for today. But yeah, one question to leave us off with. what are you most looking forward to, I guess, with the remaining stuff we have to look forward to for the rest of the year? I mean, we got Outlaws, we got Skeleton Crew,
Got that new show.
yeah, and I mean, anyone with super young kids, there's always Young Jedi Adventures Season 2, which just dropped on Disney Plus. But that's
wow.
that animated High Republic show. But yeah, what is there's a few comic books still coming out, and I don't know if there's any big book releases until next year. But yeah, what are you most looking forward to, I guess, between the stories that we've got left?
Okay, okay. Well, first off, I'm definitely looking forward to Outlaws. So, me being a gamer, that is for me. And I'm really looking forward to what is it, the Skeleton Crew? Or,
Yeah.
I think that's going to be awesome. I mean, they got Jude Law. Well, here, I can't say that now because look who they had in Acolyte. So, you know, they had Trinity, right? So Trinity's killed off in the first episode. So who knows what the hell's going to happen to Jude Law, but I'm hopeful. I'm going to say I'm way more hopeful about this than I was about Acolyte.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I gotta say, I'm also looking forward to Outlaws. I mean, I've been looking forward to that one for a while. I mean, I just enjoy a good game, and you know, since Survivor, I've just kind of had this craving to get back into the open world environments, and you know, between that and the Lego, I really enjoy those Lego Star Wars shows that they do. They're super relaxed and, you know, comical, and you know, if they did a
you don't have to worry
Falcon
about dying.
yeah, exactly. You don't have to. Yeah. It's like low stakes, right? So I mean, I'm kind of enjoying just the idea of sitting down and enjoying a Lego Star Wars special again. So
yeah,
maybe we'll make it a group night. You can come over and, you know, we'll do that.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm down for that.
Awesome. All right, I'll book it up.
Hell yeah. All right.
Sweet, man. We'll catch you later. Enjoy the rest of the convention.
Definitely. Catch you later, and everybody out there, have a great one, and may the force be with you.
All right. Thank you so much to our audience for tuning in. We really appreciate you all, and make sure you go check out ALKY Sabers at the conventions coming your way. Make sure you send us an email, swescapepodcast@gmail.com, with any of your thoughts. We'd love to know if you have any opinions of your own in anything that we talked about today. We'll see you in another week or two on Star Wars Escape Pod. May the Force be with you.